Oh, he's got the 9. Oh, fuck, he's British. Gentlemen, this is Nocturnals. It's this game about this gay couple, Ted and Diego, in the apocalypse. These two characters are really just self-inserts of the creator of the game and his partner, so the story is very heavily centered around those two characters. It may not seem like a lot of substance, but trust me, this game has a lot more to offer than you'd think. Also, new hoodie, same guy. Here's how the apocalypse kind of started in this world. Somewhere over the British Isles or Germany, a hailstorm of meteors descend upon the land. In reality, these meteors are actually just alien eggs from an unknown world. And these aliens are what really starts the apocalypse. Civilization crumbles and 90% of all the people on the planet die. These aliens are big, fast, strong. They secrete hydrofluoric acid from their skin, and they decimate pretty much every living thing that isn't a plant. It's not really explained how they eat or how they retrieve sustenance. The game's still in development. A lot of plot holes. The game is still in development, so I'm gonna let it slide. During the beginning of this apocalypse, Ted is born in a zoo, and Diego is born somewhere. I can't remember. I'm not looking that up. And then the game actually begins. This intro sequence does a really good job of setting the tone for the rest of the game. The art style is really simple, super reminiscent of both South Park and the Telltale's Walking Dead, but still manages to maintain this unique vibe that you can't really get in any other story. Anyways, this intro sequence is where we see Ted for the first time. He's out looking for survivors and stuff like that. He's alone, but he does have a truck. Eventually, he finds this little quaint town called Ruddleside. Da, da, da. Anyways, he finds this old fortified furniture store and he gets out of the car, he pulls out the 9, he's ready to go. And he sneaks into this furniture store looking for gas. So he gets in there, punches in a code, blah blah blah, and he runs into these two women, Mia and Maggie. Even though Ted goes through the entire store, you can't really find them. I guess they were hiding or something, I don't know. So Mia and Maggie try and rob Ted of his car while he's looking for gas. He's like, oh, okay, here you go. But then he sees this filing cabinet next to the door and he just throws it in front of the door so he can try and make an escape. And this is probably the strongest point of the beginning of the game. There's a lot of tension. And this is where quick time events are introduced. You kind of see what I mean about how it's kind of like Telltale's Walking Dead. It's got quick time events. It's Telltale's Walking Dead. And the soundtrack in this sequence, so good. It perfectly matches the vibe and stress the character's feeling at the time. So it makes it a little easier to connect. Oh my god. Oh, the sound design. It's so good. So very good job on that part. So Ted escapes the store, but Maggie is outside waiting for him with a knife and she attacks him and stuff. And you get to play the game a little bit, you get to walk around. And I gotta say, this part is really clunky.
Right, that's it!
Oh fuck. I gotta run! I gotta run! I gotta run! Where is she? Oh my god. She's kinda slow. Wait a minute, I'm trying to... Okay, maybe I'm not that bad at games. Oh. I kinda wanna see what happens if she kills me. I'm gonna lose all my progress if I do. Fuck it, I'm gonna let her kill me. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's nasty. I can't show that on YouTube. The game crash? I think the game crashed. I forgot to mention, the deaths in this game are so brutal. Like, so brutal, I cannot show them on YouTube. They're that bad. If you want to see all those death scenes, I have the full gameplay posted on my Patreon. Go check it out. Anyways, after my game crashed and I got back to where I was, Maggie almost kills Ted, but he, at the last second, he pulls out the 9. You can pull out the 9. Let's go. Oh god. And he gets in his car, but Mia is pissed that Maggie is now dead, so she shoots out his tires. And he crashes. And then Ted's little angel, Diego, comes out of nowhere and saves his ass. And it's love at first sight. Not really. Ted is chained to a radiator. It's also here where we get the first glimpse of the aliens. God, sounds like a bird. I kept thinking they were chickens, because you'll see why later. A little after this segment where Ted and Diego meet, you get to choose who's going to be the top in this relationship. by looking for food or looking for wood. Anyway, so Ted and Diego have to go find this car at the high school because plot convenience. So they have to go through this abandoned subway and it's super dark. When they get to the end, the ladder breaks and Ted has to go find some rope, and then there's an alien down there. And there's a whole chase sequence and everything. The soundtrack is there too. I think it's a little edited. The soundtrack in this portion too is also very good. Very. The soundtrack in this escape portion really matches the vibe of what the character's feeling at the time. Dread and scared. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so they get out of the subway. They make it to the high school. They find the car. They fix it up. And then they turn on all of the lights in the school for some reason because they're so love-struck, they don't give a fuck. Anyways, during this sequence, Ted and Diego are they're little dancing, they're being flirty, stuff like that. They're explaining their backstory. And then out of nowhere, Mia shows up with her M1 Garand. I don't even know where she gets that from. How does she still have ammo for that? Like in Britain? Like that's an American weapon. Why is it in Britain? Where is she getting the ammo? So many questions that will never ever be answered. Anyways, Mia pulls up, shoots Diego. And then Karma immediately hits, and one of the aliens pulls up to the school, and this is where we actually get to see one of them. And this alien kills Mia brutally, and I mean brutally, like neck-breaking brutally. So then Ted and Diego have to go through this whole chase sequence with the alien, and it's actually really scary. There's a lot of really bad death scenes in this sequence. I don't even want to talk about them. They're so gross. Anyways, they get to the car. Diego's still shot. Ted's driving, they get out of the town, and then Diego's just like, Ted, I am your father. Diego falls out of the car and he's dying, and Ted's like, don't leave me, in his super British accent. Very hard to take seriously, but good writing nonetheless. And then Diego's like, come here, you blibbly blibbly.
Of course, no, I'm not, no way.
I'm gonna miss you.
Oh, it's wow. Golly gee. Damn, he died before all the chickens did. I mean the Nocturnals, whatever they're called.
Really sad and you cry and stuff. And that's the first part of the game. It's still in development. I'm pretty sure there's more coming out. I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens next. Overall, I think the game's plot isn't as strong as it could be. It's a very simple story, but I don't think that's the point. The art style is simple, the plot is simple, soundtrack goes above and beyond. The game really was never about the apocalypse. It was always about Diego and Ted. That's what the game is, and I think it does a very good job of portraying it.
As far as I know, this game, Nocturnals, is kind of like a self-insert for the creator of the game and his partner. So, there's gonna be a lot of blood. Okay, for a self-insert game, this is pretty good. Like, it's not trying to, like, cut and dry anything. It's a very simple game. Like, the plot points, pretty run-of-the-mill. Graphics even simpler, but still unique. But the focus of the game is always on those two main characters, Ted and Diego. It's kind of cool watching the relationship grow and stuff. And the apocalypse thing on top of that just adds to it. It's like the spice to the plot. I don't know, the plot, it's okay. I mean, it borrowed a lot from Telltale's The Walking Dead, a lot, but still pretty good. I thought it was good, yeah. I think this is the one at the very end. I think I got the best ending. Let's go. First try. For a passion project, story-driven apocalypse game, I'd give that a 4 out of 5.
I think I'm going to call it there. Videos are not slowing down. Support the Patreon, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.